almost never find out what anyone even does. Years will go by and you'll know everything about them, their sense of humor, their favorite food, where they're from, what they believe in, but you won't even know what they do. And then you'll like actually maybe see them at their job and you're like, oh, like you work in my neighborhood, or like, I can't believe you're a lawyer. Like, you're a lawyer? Really? You're like the weirdest human being.
I was down in Trinidad and got really influenced by sort of mobile sound. Like they have these sound trucks there, soca trucks and stuff. That was really a big influence on just sort of mobile culture. You know, if it were in another city, we probably would have built a sauna in the house or in someone's backyard. But in Vancouver, everyone rents, and there's so many awesome places that you want to sweat outside the city anyways, that it really it just made so much sense to build it in a mobile thing.
It equalizes everyone in the room into just being just like mammals and humans, whereas it takes away like all your clothing, your affectations, what you're wearing, your style, your hairstyle, everything flops and starts to sweat, and everyone's bodies become very clearly imperfect and like very clearly also very similar.
I definitely had to adjust to the nudity, but once I realized people were doing it for themselves, it was a lot easier, and it slowly just became quite comfortable, and it actually has helped me a lot because I used to have like a lot of insecurities around my body.
Going between the two contrasts and then sort of taking stock of where I am, it's like I feel so temporarily just like at peace and like such an observer of the world, where just like weather doesn't influence you anymore for that short amount of time. You're just like, oh, I'm standing out here on the beach naked in January. What a lovely view.
When people always ask me, like, they're always like, oh, whose is this? Who made it? Who is it yours? All these questions. And I always defer and say, like, oh, this is like a product of community research.
Without community, you have no reference point for who you are in many ways. For instance, I'm self-employed, so I don't even have a workplace. So actually meeting with a collective of people, it just keeps me socialized. It keeps me from like becoming stranger than I already am.
It looks like it's a sauna bus or a sauna truck or a sauna tent, but really it's like it's the weekly sort of like homegrown kind of healthcare.
I'm going to spend $1,000 or a couple thousand with a group of friends. I can go away for 2 weeks and experience sun for 2 weeks, or I can build a sauna and hang out with those same people once a week and have a nice, have that little warm vacation for 2 hours once a week.